A young novice monk was doing a walking meditation in the forest, and he was so content. The forest was so peaceful, so serene, that he thought that he was becoming enlightened. He was so happy, so content, and so accepting. The birds were chirping, the leaves were rustling, the wind was blowing, and he thought that he was going to become a Buddha. But the problem with novice monks is sometimes they forget the most important part of meditation, which is to be mindful. So the monk walked deeper into the forest than he had intended because it was so pleasurable, so peaceful, so nice. And he went deeper and deeper into the forest until he ran into a tiger. Now, if you're in a peaceful meditation, but you're not mindful, nothing snaps you back to mindfulness quite like seeing a 450-pound Bengal tiger. So the monk immediately lost his contentment and his serenity, but he gained mindfulness. And he began running away from that tiger. But the tiger was angry, and the tiger chased him. And the tiger was much faster than him, and he was getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And the young monk saw an open well that was dried up. So he jumped, he leapt into the well, just hoping it wasn't too deep for him. But when he jumped into the well, he realized he made a big mistake. Because on the bottom of that well was a big, long, black cobra. So the monk grabbed a branch as quickly as he could and he hung on. And the cobra reached up and snapped at his heels, but it couldn't quite reach. And the tiger reached in, but the tiger couldn't quite reach either. So the monk was holding on, and he was holding on to that branch, and he couldn't let go. And in came a black mouse and a white mouse, and they started slowly eating away at that branch. And the monk knew that eventually that branch would give way. But the tiger was angry, and the tiger started whacking at the tree, and he whacked a hornet's nest, a bee's nest, and the nest came over and was perched on top of the well, and some honey started to drip down. And so the young novice monk, with the tiger reaching down after him, the cobra reaching up after him, and the mice eating away at his branch, opened his mouth and ate some delicious honey. And that's the end of the story. So Buddhist stories usually don't have traditional endings. You're left to figure out what else would happen. But the point of this story is that there's always a tiger chasing us. There's always a snake reaching up at us. The black and white mouse are supposed to represent night and day, eating away. Eventually, no matter what happens, we're all going to die. But our job, when we can't do anything else about it, is to look up and find the honey. Because in life, there's always some honey that you can eat, no matter how bad the situation may be. So when there's something to do, if you're faced with a tiger, run away. But if you're holding onto a branch, and that branch is going to give way, and there's a cobra above you and a tiger above you, and there's nothing you can do, just open your mouth and eat some delicious honey. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll see you next time.